Hi guys! Today I'm going to make a video on my minimalist journey. So right now I'm going to start with going through my clothes and kind of deciding what I need to keep it very, very minimal and what I can let go of. I feel like this is going to be a very rewarding process for me because it's going to help me to clear away just unnecessary stuff that I have around the house, and also a way to help clear my mind and just make me feel more free, if that makes sense. I feel like when you have a lot of stuff, it takes up space in your mind. So, even though I'm not actively thinking about the things that I have, there's a part of my brain that is thinking about it, like subconsciously. And okay, so I'm in my closet right now, and I just wanted to let you guys know the reason why I decided to start taking a more minimalist approach to my living is because I feel like I get so caught up in like the brand name, or like, if I have this, then I'll be set. And if I have this, then I'll be happy. And if I have, this amount of shirts to wear and tank tops and jackets and all this stuff is just material stuff. And I feel like it takes my focus away from just being okay with myself, like my soul, my being, my purpose for living, and takes more of my attention on external things like materialistic things and things that honestly don't really matter. I feel like all I need is the basic necessities, and everything else that I do in my life is so much more fulfilling if I'm not worried about, like having the newest shirt, or having the nicest car, or a name brand purse, or the nicest stroller, or stuff like that. So I'm really kind of reevaluating where my priorities are, and not only that, but working on aligning what I feel in my heart and having that reflect in my living, because what I feel in my heart is very different than what I have like my habits. Like my spending habits are not necessarily what I feel in my heart. It's just something that I've grown accustomed to over, time, over living, and I've never had to really evaluate my way of living, but I'm kind of seeing more and more that consumerism, I mean, everything is like external. That doesn't make you happy. It's not living your life. So for me, like, I try so hard now that I'm conscious and aware of it, not giving into consumerism. If I like see something that I like, I don't need to buy it, because essentially what's happening is I give money to this company that is telling this company make more. And so, I don't know if they have ethical business practices, or if they have, children working for basically nothing all day that don't have a life, aren't given like a proper childhood, and here I'm giving money to that, and I'm supporting this way of life for people, in other countries that I don't even know about. I just think, oh, I like this sweatshirt, I'm gonna buy it. And now what I'm trying to do is say, okay, the sweatshirt I own is falling apart, time to buy one new one, instead of like every season needing to update my wardrobe, because that's just not necessary. It's unnecessary for everything involved. And I just watched this documentary a couple of months ago that really opened my eyes to how fabrics and clothing is being processed, like made, like the process of manufacturing. And in a lot of the countries where clothing is manufactured, they do not have, some of them have laws, but most of them, even if they have laws and restrictions, nobody's going around and checking, making sure that they're not, these businesses aren't dumping, you know, all these harmful chemicals and dyes into the rivers. And this documentary that I watched a couple of months ago showed this group of people that visited all these different manufacturing plants, and around the surrounding areas was, the water was unsafe to drink, totally toxic, and was poisoning the surrounding villages. And every time I buy a new pair of jeans, like, that's what I'm supporting. So, you know, yes, we need to be clothed, and in our culture, you know, it is nice to have nice clothes, or, you know, something that looks presentable. But you don't need like 10 different pairs of jeans. Like, one, maybe two, and that's it. That's all you need. Another thing that I wanted to say is it's really good to buy secondhand. And I know a lot of people can't wrap their mind around wearing something that somebody else has worn. But honestly, like, a lot of times people get rid of stuff just because either they have too much or they're buying season to season. And that's clothes that, as far as I'm concerned, that's such a waste. And if I can go and buy somebody else's old stuff at a cheaper price that might be a brand name and still has a ton of years left of use out of, then that's like a win-win for everybody. So, yeah, I definitely think buying secondhand is awesome. And the other thing that I like about secondhand is you're buying something that somebody has used and loved, and I feel like it adds like something more special than buying something that has just been whipped out in a factory and is like to you new. So yeah, so that's just some of my thoughts about why I'm really trying to be conscious about my spending, what I am, you know, supporting through buying stuff, and how much I'm buying. So what I'm planning on doing is doing an overhaul in a lot of different areas of my life. One is going to be my clothing. One is going to be my toiletries that I use. One is going to be my cosmetics, like makeup and stuff. I barely ever wear makeup, but I own a ton of makeup. And lastly is going to be detoxifying our household with our household products. And I do a pretty good job of buying stuff that is non-toxic, but lately I haven't been as like conscious about it. I kind of just see something that I like that smells good and buy it. And I can tell you right now that's not a good way to buy stuff. So please come with me on my journey, and if this video speaks to you, then I would love for you to, you know, try being conscious of a minimal way of life, and if it works for you, then that's awesome. And I feel like the more people that are doing it, the more impact we're going to have on our society and our ecosystem and, you know, happiness overall. So come with me on my journey.